Well, last week was quite an amazing week, even by Evo standards, because I spent a week in a Bugatti Vitesse on the Mille Miglia, did 1,000 miles in one. And it just got me thinking, just the experience of this 1,200 horsepower machine over that sort of distance, what do you compare it with? And on the Mille Miglia, there was Horacio Pagani, and he'd brought a Wayera along. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to put those two cars together? So on the Sunday following the Mille Miglia, the idea was put the two cars together and see how they compare actually on road. Then the heavens opened and it poured with rain so badly that we didn't even get a camera out the bag. We were gutted that we just couldn't put the two cars together. But you find us now in the south of France, outside the Paul Ricard circuit, with another Veyron Vitesse. The actual car, the world record car that we saw at Era, set a new high-speed record for a topless car of 408 kilometers an hour. And this car, this is the very first right-hand drive Pagani Wayera delivered to the UK. And a friend took delivery only last week. I phoned him up. I said, do you mind awfully if we borrow your car, take it down to the south of France, just got a little test planned. And here they are, two cars together, some of our favourite roads. This isn't going to be a full video, unfortunately, because we've got one day with these cars to experience for the magazine. You can read all about it in the next issue of Evo, but we have to give you a taste of these two cars together. I'm going to shut up now. Let's get out on the road and just see what they're like. Just love the way those flaps go up and down. When you're following one, you suddenly get mesmerised because the flaps do suddenly go up for no real reason, and it's to gain traction. It comes in at about 100 kilometres an hour, and then they go down again. They just don't really make sense, but the car, the way it behaves, they're certainly doing something. And then you see when you're really pressing on, the front ones start to work, and you just notice them pop up above the bonnet. You say, oh, I must be driving quite quickly. Still a great shape to follow. There's a speed camera up here, I think, so yeah, don't want to go too nuts. I'm sure the police would quite like a portrait of a Vitesse amongst their collections. There it is, there's the speed camera. And there we are, sir. Driving very sensibly. Oh. Dear me. What a great car. It's just watching those aero flaps work. You just don't know what they're going to do next.
It's even more bizarre sitting in the driver's seat watching him go up and down in front of you. Go, I hope this is helping, I really hope it's helping.
Yeah, it's when those front ones deploy, isn't it? It suddenly gives you a jump. Oh, what's that? Popping up, you know, you just see it out the front.
Mad, isn't it?
Whoa! Now that's a rare sight. Not very often you see another one. Oh, blow me, there's another Veyron coming along. Who would have thought? That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. You saw it wriggle, it was going to get past you, but when that hooks up, it's properly quick.
It is quick. It just doesn't have that punch that you get. That's the thing. I think you don't, on a give and take road, that feels so much faster because it has that wallop that comes in.
Bang.
Whereas this takes longer, but once it's up, it just it's so smooth.
Yeah.
I kept my foot in through the. As long as you keep your foot in through the wriggle,
just see the car
and just kind of stay with it, ride it out, and it's there.
Yeah, this thing, it definitely would have gone past, but I would have given that cyclist a heart attack if I'd gone past. I thought it's not fair.
Don't give cyclists a heart attack. It's not
I'd be
fair.
really very British about it, so I backed out. But that's surprising because actually on the road, what's extraordinary about this is it's, I keep describing it's like a bomb going off when it actually hooks up, and you just feel the steering wheel twist like you do on a really powerful sort of hot hatch, and it's just an overtaking weapon. Because it can deploy 1200 horsepower at lowest speeds. There was not a hint of wheel spin when we're setting off in second. You can do it in first. But with that one, when you're coming out the corners, you're always thinking, I can't meter all 730 horsepower immediately, and then you're on the straight, and then you can. But you just don't get that instantaneous hit, as I just, like the bomb going off with this.
It's one of those things, they always say that sort of a really good driver makes his time from turn-in to apex, basically, or breaking point to apex. That car makes all its time over this from apex to exit, doesn't it? Because you can't get on the power properly in this, and that you just bang, gone. So.
But then you've got to read the turbo lag in this because it is sort of lagging in the corner. But then you can deploy it, you can trust it. I like the front end on this. I know what's going on. It's always understeer, so it doesn't really ever have a feeling that it's going to step out. Unlike that you really trust the front end, and he always just managed in the back.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Anyway,
Had worse days.
I hope that gave you a taste of the two cars. Sorry the video couldn't be longer, but what an experience to have these two cars together in the beautiful south of France sunshine. There we go, over and out. Yeah, all done by the writing, Henry.
Exactly.
Yeah, great fun.